Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always check what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of July, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, it's called MoonSpell, and it's a reading that it's inspired in the current Cancer season we are on, which has a lot of it that is related to the theme of this special reading, that is about the lunar archetype and what kind of lunar moment experience you are living in. How is that lunar persona in you operating? What kind of positive internal influences and emotions are working at your favor? What are those working against you? And how to better find a sense of internal emotional nourishment through this time. So basically, it's a reading that helps us encode the mystery of the moon itself in you. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, again, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Libra, to begin with, it feels like in July you're really trying to, as simple as this, to put a difficult person behind you. So there seems to be an influence of a person in your life that has caused you some problems. Perhaps this is a person that is upset with you, that is angry with you, that is trying to throw shade at you. Perhaps this is someone that disappointed you, that hurted you, but that you were dealing with in a more active way. And you're really trying to have your back turned to whatever type of negative, energy this person is trying to voice. There's a lot to it that is about communication. So this person might be insisting on, really having comments, sending messages, having conversations, that can be a little bit hurtful, that can be really disruptive to your sense of self and also to what you have currently as your main goal, as what you want to concentrate in. And some of you Libras, July is a moment where you really want to concentrate in improvement. You want to concentrate in the betterment of something you have going on. So it could be the betterment of your, I feel like for some of you Libras, there's something here about studies. So it could be just you're very focused on studying something that you're interested in, a subject of interest. It could also be that you're just very concentrated in the betterment of your financial and professional world, particularly for Libras that are trying to launch something, are trying to be independent, in your work energy. So for those of you that are trying something here, like trying, to sell something, to become entrepreneurs of some sorts, for those that already are, this is where you're trying to apply your energy, is to perfecting something, so then you can have a positive break and beginning that would allow into your life both more inspiration, more passion, more stimulation, and solid, material accomplishments. But for some of you, it's like you're also asked to change the way you're performing here about something. So if you keep trying the same recipe and failing at the results you would like to have, maybe there's a need to address the recipe. Some of you might struggle with this, with trying. It's like having the same intention, the same desire, and the same goal, but changing your tactic, changing your strategies, changing the way you're moving about this. Because if you try once, twice, third time, fourth time, and it's not leading you to much, again, maybe food for thought, maybe it's something that should be changed, the way you move about this. The same thing being this about something you wish to learn, perhaps something you wish to again do, but you're having, a hard time getting like this feeling of getting elevated, reaching that level that you would consider to be, the right one. For those of you that are trying to get something going, again, sell something, have perhaps hear some social media attention, all that is in your hands with the Eight of Pentacles. Definitely, it's in your hands to create that opportunity, but it might just be with a different tone to it, with a different way to it. For some of you, though, you're trying to improve your skills when it comes to communication because of the problems you perhaps are facing or will be facing with a significant person. So there are communication issues for most of you Libras during July, so you might be in the end that is trying to communicate and where the other person is not, willing to do that, or you could be the one, that it's resistant, not wanting to communicate, and you have the other person really trying to reach you. Communication issues will lead to certain level of defensiveness and irritability. So especially with the Judgment here. But even though it can lead to, defensiveness, words that are more, harsh, criticism being exchanged, whatever is said has a function here with Judgment in your unconscious. Like things that you should have said a long time ago, things that you were trying to suppress, opinions that you didn't give, and vice versa. So either you were giving this, this coming out of your own, it's like everything that you have been absorbing and not doing and not saying anything about it, like saying it all at once. Either you're the one doing this or you have someone doing this to you, and you're left in this position. For some of you Libras, you're left in this position like you're, like what now? Because I feel like I feel more the what I'm feeling the most here is that there is someone upset with you, more than you being upset with someone, but it can go both ways. But I feel like there's someone really upset with you, Libras. Perhaps because this person is feeling like you're not putting them as a priority with the Eight of Pentacles. Definitely is a possibility. Perhaps you've been a little bit of a workaholic or just focused in other things, and this person might be upset with the fact that you're not giving them attention, you're not putting them as a priority, something on those terms. And so this might reach a breaking point where this person, gets mad. This person really calls your attention on that, but you might not understand it and you might not see it as, as that negative as this person. There's differences of opinion here when it comes to what someone thinks, is entitled of, when it comes to how they feel, how they think, the choices they do versus yours. So if this is with a partner in specific, it just might be a month where it's difficult to get along, it's difficult to be in the same page, and to find that, there's a sense of harmony and peace related, with this relationship. Because there's a lot of, I feel like for Libras that are in relationships, your partner most likely is holding here some grudges, or you are. And the time, when we can try to hide this, but then something happens and then, the grudge, the resent comes out. That is a possibility for some of you Libras. So your relationships, even though your relationships might not be the area of focus that you want to have, don't diminish the importance that they do have in reality. So you might not want to make them important, but yet they have a significance, because there's someone here that is not going to shut up that easily. So if you're trying to ignore someone, block someone, avoid someone, that will work so far. You will bump into the problem, you know, constantly until you're facing it. Some of you are trying to avoid this facing, like this one-on-one talk with someone, because of the level of difficulty you are predicting it to have. Some of you just want to be in your moment, in your space, doing your own thing. And you might not have the most tolerant people, with you. Some of you, July can have a weird taste. The flavor of the month to some of you Libras can be a little bit weird, because it's not necessarily one you like or dislike. It's something that you're, learning to. The experiences of the month bring this sensation of weirdness. So it's something different, something new that you need to kind of get adapted to, and learn to like. Like, there's something here that you will learn to like in time, but it's not an easy given energy for some of you. So it's like, in terms of your relationships and your goals, and you seem to be very goal oriented, the way experiences are occurring might not be the way that please you immediately. If you would have power and control to make them your way, at your image, it would be different. But they're also not negative. They're also not occurring in a way where they are at all stopping your progress. But it's challenging, because it forces you to open here space inside of yourself, to learn to work with people, being this colleagues or friends, or even a love partner, to work with the differences, to work with things that you're naturally not inclined to really work or tolerate, but for the higher good, you might need to. So for some of you Libras, this could also be speaking upon a situation when it comes to work. You might have difficult colleagues, or a difficult boss, or you might have difficult clients, or you might need to do things that if you would be the one in control, you would never do, because it's not something you like. But you're also learning here to explore again, as I said initially, you are learning here to not lose sight of the goal, but explore different ways to meet that same goal. So if you want to win at something in July, most likely you need to change your strategy. It's not the goal that it's not doable, that it's not at your reach, not at all. It's the way to it. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.